Yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy CL Cool, and I represent the Yellow Rocket Boys Network. I'm co-creator, and this is the Wrestling Channel. Now, I want to get into something that I just wanted to, spit about. So we do a wrestling show or a wrestling live show every Thursday night, usually 8 p.m. Central Time, and we go over Raw, NXT, AEW Dynamite, and whatever wrestling news that's out, And then we do a TikTok live where we talk about SmackDown, TNA, Collision, AAA pay-per-views, or whatever other news that go on through the weekend. So on Thursdays, one of our loyal listeners, his name is Tyler, he's been trying to get us to watch JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling. And, he's been talking about how good it's been, and, he's an avid fan of it. He's been trying to get us to watch GCW too, which I already watched a little bit of GCW. But I haven't really watched much of JCW. And about a month or so ago, I heard Russo was there. And I heard he was doing, he was there and he was helping with creative along with Violent J, because I know of JCW. I know of ICP. I'm a hip hop fan, so I've heard of ICP. I listen to some of their music. They used to beef with one of my favorite rappers, Eminem. You know how that feud went. But I like ICP because you can tell they're real wrestling fans, especially Violent J. Big time wrestling fans. So so ICP, they was in WWE and WCW in early 1990. They founded JCW in 1999, and they started running show gathering of the Juggalos and stuff like that. They would have wrestling matches and stuff like that. And throughout the years, they would have wrestling events. Like, they've been around since 1999, so we're talking a long time. It's 2026. You could do the years. You know what I'm saying? They've been here a long time. So, and I've been hearing about their shows and seeing tapes and seeing certain footages of their shows. And they kind of go over the top. It's abrasive. Not really much family-friendly stuff. They don't do family-friendly for real. They tell you to bring the kids, but most of that stuff ain't family-friendly. And that's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? Everything don't have to have the kids in it, So, they started doing a weekly show called Lunacy on YouTube, and they started that in August of 2024. August 28, 2024 was their first episode. And Willie Mack was their first champion. And again, I heard of Willie Mack. I heard a lot of these people that's here at JCW now. So where I picked up, because it came across my algorithm, is I came across episode 69. Who's the boss? Who's the chosen one? And I think that's the episode. Well, I don't think 69 is the real episode. I think it's the episode where Russo had to pick two showrunners. So that's not the episode. It was 63. Russo picks two showrunners. That's the episode name. Episode 63. Russo picks two showrunners. And I watched that show. And that was my first show. And I like that show. And what I like about JCW is they take the art of being an indie promotion. They're not one of the big two, the WWE or AEW. So they're indie promotion, and they have the grit of an indie promotion. I think they got some of the style of the Attitude Era, and they do a lot of what I call pro wrestling. They don't put themselves in a box and just say, hey, we're going to be a flippity-floppity wrestling company like AEW, or we're just going to do the entertainment value of WWE. We only care about you if you got white teeth and you look like a model sculpted out of granite. They don't do that. What they do is they take all those elements together and they give you this product. One of the things I do love about JCW, and it's two things that's missing in a lot of independent promotions, because I go to a lot of independent shows. And what they tend to do is a lot of independent shows, they tend to like get a lot of people together. They might have a core of 10 people. But what they do, they get a bunch of stars. It may be from Major League Pro Wrestling. It could be from GCW. It could be from JCW. They can get some talent from WWE. They can get some talent from CMLL. They can get some talent from Major League Wrestling. What they do is they just hold the show, and they just have a bunch of wrestling matches. And that's fine for one-off shows, right? Or you're doing a show once every month. I guess that's okay. But what I do like about JCW is what I started watching wrestling for in the first place. And that is characters and storylines. Characters and storylines is one of my big problems with AEW, even though they do a lot more stories than your average indie promotion, is they don't have enough story. It's like they don't care. And with a lot of indie promotions, like whether I'm watching GCW or whatever, is, hey, you have the title that I want. Ooh, you have the title that I want. I want that title. So me and you hate each other because I'm going after your title. That's cool and everything, but if I want that, I can just go watch UFC. They do a system to where, hey, you've been winning these matches, you're in line for a title shot. Or I can go to boxing. Hey, you're ranked number 2, you're ranked number 1, y'all fight. If I want that, I just go watch that. The reason I fell in love at wrestling in the first place as a kid is because of the characters and the stories. I wanted to see my favorite character, whether it was Macho Man, because Macho Man is one of my early favorites, whether it was Ric Flair, whether it was Sting, whoever it was, and I wanted them to be in compelling stories, and the compelling stories would drew me into them. You know what I'm saying? You know, Macho Man Jake the Snake Roberts with the snake biting Macho Man in the middle of the ring. You know, the stories run things in wrestling, and a lot of wrestling companies don't get that. They think we just want to see high-flying moves, which is cool. When I was 14 and 15, I want wrestling stories with good wrestling characters, and JCW gets you that. Like, my favorites is, I love the Brothers of Construction. I love that tag team. I love the gimmick. I love Mosh Pit Mike is very, very hilarious with the 1,000 gimmicks. He came dressed as Mr. Rogers. He comes dressed as the Mountie. He comes dressed as a ventriloquist, you know, people who talk to the puppets. The Outbreak. I love their gimmick. The people that live a zombie lifestyle, their gimmick is ridiculous. When I say ridiculous, like, I'm talking good. Like, very, very good. Their gimmick is great. It's awesome. Like, the way they walk, the way they sync together, the way they move in the ring. They don't just wear the gimmick to the ring and just act like a regular person at the ring. They live that zombie lifestyle all through the arena, all backstage. It's amazing with their gimmick. Big, you know, with the women, Holly Hood, Holly J, of course. I saw her, you know, I saw a little bit of her in OVW, and I've been seeing little like snippets of her around social media. And then like Big Al, Alice Crawley, I like her. I like what they have her doing. They have her as the women's showrunner, and she's been coming out like making these crazy matches with stipulations. Like, hey, you know, if you want to beat me, 4 count. If I could beat you, 2 count. And every week she's just been going at Haley J and Danny Moe and just making her life miserable, or anybody else's life miserable who crosses her. That's great storytelling right there. So I like Big Al, I like Holly Hood, Holly J. Kerry Morton. Kerry Morton is younger, and then Caleb Conley, I remember him from TNA. They just push those two as their stars of the company. I know Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony are like their veterans, but I know where Russo about to go with this. I think he's about to push Kerry Morton and Caleb Conley. You got to push those guys. I think if you want JCW to move to a bigger platform, I know the Juggalos probably don't want that, but I think the reason Violent J brought in Russo is to go to the next level. And that doesn't necessarily mean a TV deal. That could just mean just getting our product on, or let our product be known or seen by a bigger group of people. So if I know Vince Russo. I know he's about to push Conley, which if you saw episode 69, that's his chosen one. And I go in and I get in depth to that episode. And Kerry Morton, you gotta push him. I know Caleb Conley's 42, but you gotta push him. Gotta push him. I mean, the ring rack and whole obsession thing with the ring rack girl and all that is cool. Oh, she's big, by the way. But you gotta push Caleb Conley. You gotta push Kerry Morton. Like, got to. Kerry Morton, I think like 24, 25. Gotta push him. He's too good. Gotta push him. And Cocaine, he's kind of growing on me. He went viral. He went viral. Everybody know who he is. Cocaine. You know, it's Kane, and then he put the Co in it. And he used to have a Kane mask. I guess they went away from that, but he's kind of growing on me a bit. It's funny, hilarious stuff, and I'm not trying to take it's just stuff I don't have to take too seriously. So those are my characters from the show. So what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start reviewing these episodes. I'm going to start reviewing JCW Lunacy, and I'm going to have a new review out either Sunday morning or Sunday night. That's my goal. No later than Monday morning. But I'm going to start having these reviews up. And so I'm going to start with episode 69. I'm going to go quick because, you know, I'm already 11 minutes in. I just wanted to tell you about the first time I watched it. Episode 69, PCU debuted it. I'm not really a fan of PCO. I'm not even going to lie to you. I just think he's old and slow. But if you put him in the right match, he's okay. So, PCO was in this episode. Facade versus Kerry Morton with Matt Cross. Well, not with Matt Cross. They had a match, and then Ninja Matt came out there, and he pretty much cost Kerry Morton the match. He didn't hit Kerry Morton. You know, he was mad because of the match. You know, Facade, Fakade, whatever his damn name is. He cheated the week prior to win, and so Ninja Matt was just paying him back. And then Kerry Morton had this obsession with Matt Cross, and Matt Cross was in the crowd, and Kerry Morton went after him. So that's that. Mosh Pit Mike as Quebecer, he was going against PCO in this match. PCO didn't debut this match. He debuted it the week prior. And then this week he went against Mosh Pit Mike, who has 1,000 gimmicks. He came as a Quebecer, you know, shouting out PCO. When he was in WWF, he was part of the Quebecers. And, you know, PCO won that match. Haley J was backstage talking, and she got attacked by J-Rock, who they both was in OVW. And then Haley J called her out, called J-Rock out. She beat down Haley J, and Haley J mom came out there. She beat her down, too. Which I thought was a great debut with J-Rock, and they had to push her, too. Beautiful woman, beautiful lady. Caleb Conley, he was going against Cocaine. The week prior, Cocaine had won the number one contendership. They won the briefcase for the number one contendership for the JCW World Title. Cocaine put that on the line this week against Caleb Conley. G's, which is like Caleb Conley's little sidekick or whatever. I call him like manservant. He cost Caleb Conley the match. And then earlier in the night, you can hear Russo. They didn't show the person, but throughout the night, he was just telling this guy, you got to get it done, you got to get it done, got to get it done. And Caleb Conley beat the crap out of G's, so he turned on his manservant, and then you saw Russo come out and give him a hug and, you know, dapped him up, and Caleb Conley dropped dude on his head 5 times. 5 times. So Caleb Conley, which, like I said, you can see Russo about to do here, is about to push Caleb Conley. And then, you know, Caleb Conley and Kerry Morton been having some friction, too. So I see Russo about to push Caleb Conley as the next guy, and I can see Kerry Morton about to try to, you know, after you get done with this Matt Cross stuff, go try to challenge Conley. So I see the pieces he's building, and those are good pieces to build if you're trying to bring your company. Brothers of Construction versus the Outbreak. The Brothers of Construction beat the Outbreak thanks to Big Vito, who Big Vito's in this company too. He's there with Russo. He's the investor. He's protecting the investor. And Big Vito's been. That's one thing about the show. Big Vito he walks around all show and just cause trouble, which I like. Again, it brings a storyline element. You need a disruptor like that going through the show. A guy you want to hate. They pretty much hate the Juggalos. The people who had the face paint on and who act like ICP, the the Juggalos. So Russo and Vito pretty much hate those people, and yeah. And also, this story is carried by Violent J. He was the commissioner. Russo and Vito got him out, and now they're running the show. You know how wrestling trope. You get the good guy out. Russo and Vito is running the show, the heels, and so they're going to try to run the show how they see fit, which I think brings a good element to this show. And so the Brothers of Construction versus the Outbreak, and so the Brothers of Construction won the title because Vito cost the Outbreak, which the Outbreak's been trying to get at Vito for a while, and they just fight to the parking lot, and so the match really didn't have a conclusion. And then Matt Cardona, which is Zack Ryder in WWE, he's Matt Cardona now in WWE. He was their champion, and then Triple H, WWE signed Matt Cardona to a long-term deal, so Matt Cardona could no longer be the champion, so pretty much he was stripped, and there was a vacant championship, and Ken Anderson versus James Storm, and Ken Anderson won the belt. So he's the new JCW champion. Again, good move. You got somebody and Ken Anderson, who a lot of wrestling fans know. He's been in WWE, he was in TNA, and you have him as your champion. Good move. But I think they're going to transition, and they're going to get that belt to Caleb Conley in some form of fashion soon. So I will be reviewing JCW every week. So look for that. Every week. Because I'm liking this show. I'm loving the direction of the show. And I can't say much more about it. I look forward to Thursday nights watching it. If I can get the review on earlier, I will. But I know my schedule. So it'll probably be Sunday mornings or Monday mornings. But I'm gonna have reviews of the show. But if you like that, like, comment, subscribe, or like you to subscribe. If you like the show, let me know. And we can go over the show together. We can talk about the show together. And, now comment back and let me know how you think about the show. JCW, Lunacy, okay? But as always, I'm CL Cool, and I'm out.